transcendental. If it is, firstly, it should be pleasing to Krishna. If our activities are not pleasing to Krishna, then you know, then then naturally they are under the laws of material nature. So for that we should know what pleases Krishna. And how do we know? We know it very easily. Guru Sadhu Shastra. By hearing from Guru Sadhu and Shastra, we can know what actually pleases Krishna. And if we still have doubts, we can ask devotees. So what pleases Krishna? That is the first thing. Second thing, certainly of great importance, is the consciousness behind the activities. Karma yoga is the activities which we do. If we offer it to Krishna, that becomes karma yoga. Bhakti yoga means the activities which we do, there is consciousness behind it also. Of course, they should be pleasing to Krishna. And apart from that, there should also be consciousness. Then the seemingly materialistic activity becomes a transcendental activity. Like Krishna here, the remaining of the chapter, it describes how he is marrying each and every queen. Krishna marries Rukmini. So how he marries Rukmini? He gets enamored by Rukmini, and then he kidnaps her. As simple as that. And if we make a story out of it, especially this Subhadra and Arjuna, how they got married. There is one novelist from childhood we have been reading. That there is one novelist in South India. He made a novel out of it, and then many movies have been released. So it's quite popular. Therefore, we have been hearing Subhadra Parinayam. We have been hearing it from childhood. So if we hear it, it's Subhadra and Arjuna got attracted to Subhadra, and then he went and he took a guise of a sage, and he was there for 4 months in order to understand what her intention is, and she's also attracted to him, and then he kidnapped her, in an open assembly, and then Balram became angry, and then Krishna pacified him. That is the story. Nice, nice story, nice romantic story to make a novel out of it. But how does it become transcendental? But it is still transcendental. How does it become transcendental? Because Arjuna is involved. And Arjuna knows what pleases Krishna. Subhadra is involved. Subhadra knows what pleases Krishna. So it's not just, Arjuna is attracted by Subhadra and Subhadra is attracted by Arjuna. That is there. But that is secondary. They know what pleases Krishna. And not only that, they are interested in putting that risk because they are conscious that, this is what pleases Krishna. Therefore, we have to put that endeavor and put that endeavor, such a big endeavor. And it had the potential to bring a fight between Kauravas, between Pandavas and Yadus, who are, eternal friends. Such a big risk. So they had taken such a big risk. Why? Because, they know that this pleases Krishna. And they're conscious that this pleases Krishna. So that is the main thing. So last time Jayavada Maharaj was here in Radha Yatra. Every class, each and every class, I was surprised. I thought maybe once or twice he will say. He was there for 4 or 5 days, whatever, during Radha Yatra. Each and every class, he used to say, then we are getting married. When a boy gets married with a girl, boy should see that how girl is more advanced than himself. And when a girl gets married with a boy, girl should see how the boy is more advanced than herself. And this is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he quotes a reference. This is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. Like that he says. Each and every class. So now it's very difficult to understand this. Now it's more difficult, all the more difficult to follow it. So like this, there are so many things, in Krishna consciousness which we know probably. But it's very difficult to understand it and all the more difficult to follow it. So that makes it, therefore devotional service becomes complicated for us. So here, yeah, the activities of Krishna we are discussing. So how they are transcendental? They are transcendental because the devotees that are involved, they are interested in pleasing Krishna. They are interested in being conscious of Krishna. So that makes it transcendental. Yeah, we are, Bhishma is another example. The activities of Bhishma, for all practical purposes, if we see, you know, because we have been hearing about Bhishma from last 50, whatever number of years we have been hearing. So we have been hearing about Bhishma. So therefore we know that his activities are transcendental. But if you see from a normal perspective, ordinary perspective, his activities are totally materialistic, so-called, seemingly. Why? Because he has sided with Duryodhana. Any moralist, for any practical purpose, they can say that how you can side with Duryodhana? He's a rascal number one. He has pulled Draupadi in the open assembly, and he had cheated Pandavas, who are dharmic people. He had cheated them. The Duryodhana had cheated them, and he had taken away, plundered the kingdom. So how can Bhishma side with him? So for all practical purposes, Bhishma is on wrong side. And the battle of Kurukshetra, Bhishma was died on the 10th day. So out of 18 days, so Bhishma had shown his valor for 10 days. And when Bhishma was on the battlefield, there was no chance for Pandavas to win whatsoever. So Bhishma was, and he was showing so much valor because he took a vow. In order to please Duryodhana, he took a vow that every day I will kill at least 10,000 warriors myself. This is my quota. Bhishma Deva's quota is at least 10,000 warriors. And on the day before his death, he took a vow. Every day I have been, because Duryodhana was becoming desperate. So he said, I will kill 1 lakh warriors today. And he is famous for fulfilling the vows. Deva Vrata. His vows are like, पत्थर में लकीर बोलते हैं ना ऐसे, like lines written on a rock. So he's so he's so conscious to please Duryodhana. Because Duryodhana is always complaining. And he's all, you are partial to Pandavas. You are partial, therefore you are doing. Therefore you are not doing this. Therefore you are not doing. Bhishma would say, Mahabharata repeatedly says, Arey, please understand, Pandavas are not ordinary kings. They are so powerful Kshatriyas. So I have been exerting my full power. So this is the discussion which is happening. Repeatedly. This is the discussion which is happening. But Bhishma is waiting for his darshan. He's meditating. He has, his internal meditation is on Krishna's beautiful form in his Virya Rasa. And the fulfillment of that meditation came the day before. And what happened the day before? The day before, there was a fight between Duryodhana and Bhima. And Bhima became so angry. That was one of the first encounters between Duryodhana and Bhima. And Bhima became so angry. He was so angry, and so he took out his weapons and arrows, and he challenged Duryodhana, and he said, "Come for a fight." And then he started throwing all the arrows with great speed and with great vigor and with great vengeance. He was remembering Draupadi, he was remembering Pandavas, their exile. With great vengeance, he has been shooting the arrows. And Duryodhana, he was taking one after another bow. The moment he was taking a bow, he was, his bow was being broken. He was stringing a bow, again it is broken. Again stringing a bow, broken. 3-4 times it happened. Bhima was not ready to give an opportunity. He destroyed the pole. This is a way by which we see that how they destroy. Initially, they destroy the string of the bow. Then they destroy the pole. Then they shoot the horses. Then they shoot the charioteer. And once all these things once all these things happen, that means the warrior has become stationary. He can't move because there are no horses, there are no charioteer. So what he will do? He can't move around. Charioteer can't protect the warrior anymore. So this is the case of Duryodhan. All these things are done. So then Bhima started shooting Duryodhan. So meanwhile, there are other warriors. They became concerned. So they started trying to come and protected him. Kripacharya had come, and there were others who came and protected him. And Kripa had taken him in his chariot. By that time, Duryodhan already had got a lot of arrows and became unconscious. So after some time, they took him to a secluded place where he got his energy back, and then he came to his senses and he thought, "Oh, I have been so humiliated. Oh, I have been so humiliated. So what should I do?" The problem is, Bhishma is not exerting to his full endeavor. That's what he felt. So he goes and he thinks, now I should bring Karna. So he goes to Karna. He asks Karna, "My dear Karna, you should come to the battlefield." He says, "I will come if Bhishma comes back. Bhishma lays low, then I will come." So then Duryodhana, he's very diplomatic, very cunning. He goes to Bhishma and he says, "My dear Bhishma, you are not exerting to your full energy. So now there are two options for you. One option is you can exert your full energy and kill Pandavas tomorrow. Another option is you take off. Let Karna come. He will kill." For a Kshatriya, if somebody says like that, how insulting it is. And for Bhishma, he's a man of vows, how insulting it is. He said, "Duryodhan, so painful. I have given my whole energy to you. And you are speaking such words. So painful. I am taking a vow that tomorrow I shall kill all the 5 Pandavas with these 5 arrows." And then he smiled because he knows that Krishna will protect. And he smiled. He knows that Krishna will protect. So he said, "I am taking a vow that with these 5 arrows I'll kill all the 5 Pandavas." Duryodhan, so desperate. He thought that, if these 5 arrows are with Bhishma, what will happen? So he says, "You give me those 5 arrows, I'll keep it with me." So he went and he was celebrating, though his whole body was filled with wounds. He did a party at night. He said, "Get wine, get, all the eatables. Let me have a party. Tomorrow is the end of the battle. Bhishma is known for the vows. And these are the 5 arrows, with mystic potency. They are meant to kill all the 5 Pandavas. Tomorrow is the end of battle." So happy. So this was on the 9th day. So next day, before that, so Krishna is Paramatma. He's there in every Sarvasya Chaham Hriti Sannivishto Matasmriti. He's there in everyone's heart. He's there in Bhishma's heart. He's there in Duryodhan's heart. And Pandavas were also a little happy because Bhima had wreaked a vengeance on Duryodhana, and he killed many brothers of Duryodhana on that day. So they were discussing a next day strategy, and then Krishna all of a sudden he called Arjuna and he said, "Arjuna, so do you remember, some days back, Jai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai." So do you remember some days, some time back when when you protected all the Kauravas, Duryodhan was being kidnapped by Gandharvas. Gandharvas had come and they defeated Duryodhan and they were about to take him, and then you went and you protected them. At that time, Duryodhan said that whenever you want you ask for some benediction. So, but you didn't ask. He said, Arjuna said, "I don't need any benediction. Why I'll need benediction from you after all? I am not interested in him. Get lost. But then he didn't say like that, respectful as he is. He said, in future, let me see. If needed, I'll take it in future. But with the understanding that probably this future will never come. And he forgot also. He literally forgot. So then Krishna had to remind him, you remember? You remember? Ah, yes, I remember. Ah, yad aa gaya, yes. See, the time has come now. So Arjuna said, why? I am not interested. He said, no. Yeah, you go and you ask for some 5 arrows, which are there in Duryodhana's bedroom. You go and ask for them. So Arjuna goes and he takes away the armor, and on a simple horse he goes, and generally people, the soldiers, they know when they got warriors come like that, they allow him. So he went directly to Duryodhana's bedroom. And Duryodhana was, he saw Arjun, and respectful as he is, that is the etiquette. He immediately embraced Arjun and he said, "My dear Arjun, what do you want? Do you want the kingdom back? I'll give it to you. Tell me." He said, "No." Arjuna said, "No. I'm not interested in taking the kingdom because I will fight from you and I'll take it from you." He said, "Then what do you want?" He said, "Do you remember that time you asked me for a benediction? The time has come for that benediction." He said, "I want that benediction." Oh, Duryodhana, when he reminded, and he was reminded, he became humiliated. He thought, oh. He said, "Anyway, yeah, but please tell me, what benediction do you want?" He said, "I want those 5 arrows which are hidden beneath your pillow." So then he took up the pillow. What can he do? He collected the 5 arrows and he put it in Arjuna's hand. That's all. There ends the matter. And Arjuna said, "Thank you." So I'm done. He goes back. Duryodhana started thinking, how did he come to know? And then he caught Arjuna, about to go. He said, "Caught Arjuna, how did you come to know about these 5 arrows?" He said, "Krishna told me." That same Krishna. So there are enough reasons for Duryodhana repeatedly, that he is the supreme, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And when Krishna had shown him Virat Roop, in the court, so he saw, Duryodhana saw, and everyone saw. And some people got extraordinary vision, amongst them Duryodhana was one, to see. So he saw, and then everyone left, and then he went back, started thinking, maybe Krishna is Supreme Lord. Maybe Krishna is, how can he show such Virat Roop? Maybe he's a magician. Magicians also can do such things, no? Yeah, maybe he's. So today also, he is thinking, maybe how Krishna came to know? Because there is no chance that he comes to know. Maybe he is Supreme Lord. But if he is Supreme Lord, how can he be partial to Pandavas? He will be equal to me and Pandavas both. So it's not possible. Leave it. Anyway, the battle has to go on. So that is Duryodhana's case. Similar to our case. Sometimes we may get some indications. This is what Krishna wants. And because of our attachment, we think, because we get indications, we think this is what, probably this is what Krishna wants. Probably I should be conscious of it. But then we rethink, anyway, how is it possible? It's not possible. Let's just leave it. And we don't give much attention. So our case is like Duryodhana's case. So Duryodhana, so this happened. So next day, morning, Bhishma came, Duryodhana, "My dear Duryodhana, where are the 5 arrows?" What can I say? So this is what happened. Internally, Bhishma was smiling. He knows what is going to happen. But then he thought, the day, the time for the fulfillment of my internal meditation has come today. Krishna, he made me break my vow. I'll fight in such a way that I'll make him break his vow. Either he should break his vow or Arjuna should die. Let us see what is going to happen. So so his internal meditation is going to get fulfilled. Today, this day, on the 9th day of the battle, his internal meditation is about to get fulfilled. He was so valorous, tremendously valorous, because he knows probably today or tomorrow I'm going to die. And before I'm going to die, for all the world, he has to show how he's obliged to Duryodhan. But for within his heart, he has to fulfill his meditation. And that meditation, like the queens of Brahmana wives, Brahmana patnis, when they came, Yajna patnis, when they came to Krishna, they saw they have been meditating upon Krishna. They know that particular form of Krishna, Natavara. So, and they have been meditating upon it. But when they came and they saw that particular form of Krishna is standing in front of them, so they were enamored by it. And then when they closed their eyes, they were so much enamored, that the form of that Krishna, it had gone into their eyes, it had gone through their pupils, and it had, Shukadeva Goswami writes like that. It had gone through their pupils, and it had gone, and it had got situated in their hearts. So when they were seeing Krishna, they were seeing, and then when they closed their eyes, they were seeing that same form. So similarly, Bhishma, he has been meditating on a particular form, the Virya form of Krishna. So that form has got situated within his heart. So that form is about to manifest today. And then he leave his body, meditating on that particular form. So the fulfillment of his meditation is going to happen today. So he has been waiting for this particular day. So, and for that to happen, he has to fight valorously. So valorous that Krishna has to pick up weapons. Then only it's going to happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So valorous that Krishna has to feel the pain. When there is a wrestling match, wrestlers, they fight with each other. The kings, or wrestlers, they fight with each other. And they get joy out of it. So when they get joy out of it, there's also some pain. The pain is a secondary thing. So Krishna gets joy out of fighting with Bhishma. But there is some pain. Bhishma Chakravarti gives an example. When husband and wife sport with each other, they get joy. At the same time, they may get, bites or nail, scratches or something like that. So like that. So Bhishma is going to fight with Krishna and Arjun. And Krishna will put all energy to protect Arjun. So therefore, because Krishna will put all energy to protect Arjun, therefore he has to pierce Krishna also. And because he has to pierce Krishna, Krishna's body will be wounded. And Krishna's body, though spiritual in nature, still it will emit blood. And that pain, because it is reciprocating with Bhishma, it gives great transcendental pleasure to Krishna. How can an ordinary materialist understand it? An ordinary materialist can't understand it. Only a person of Bhishma's stature can. How can we understand it? Only a person of Bhishma's stature can understand it. So his meditation is going to get fulfilled today. So he is so valorous. And then Arjuna has to play his role. What is his role? He became very mild-hearted today. Normally Arjuna is very, he remembers how Duryodhan. If he goes in front of Duryodhan, he goes in front of Karna, he'll become angry. If he goes in front of all these people, he'll become angry. And if, and other people are attacking him, he would become angry. Today, Bhishma is attacking him, he's becoming mild-hearted. How is it possible? After hearing Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is thinking, मेरा क्या दुर्भाग्य है आज अर्जुन के साथ, I have spoken Bhagavad Gita just before a few days. So Bhagavad Gita has become popular all over the world. Everybody in the whole universe, they are reciting Bhagavad Gita except Arjuna. Except Arjuna, everyone has realized the purport of Bhagavad Gita. Today, Arjuna is not able to realize. He is so mild-hearted. He is fighting with Bhishma, and he has become so mild-hearted. He is about to lose his life also. What to do? So this is Krishna's thinking. So Krishna is putting all his energy. He is taking the chariot here, taking the chariot there. He is making, the chariot is, it is circling around, because, sometimes, the chariot is circling around, then, the arrows can't come on the charioteer and the warrior especially. So the chariot is circling around, he is taking it left, right, and there's a stream of arrows coming from Bhishma. And then he's making the stream of arrows are coming like this, and Krishna is so expert. He made the chariot jump, the horses jump over the stream of arrows. He's putting so much energy. And this Arjuna, he is least bothered. He is thinking, oh, in my childhood, I was sitting on the lap of Bhishma and I soiled his clothes, and he said that, and he was just fondling me. What can I do? Today I have to kill him. How is it possible? It's not possible for me to kill him. Let him do whatever he wants. So this is Arjuna's thought. And then Arjuna was thinking, in my childhood, I used to say, he is my grandfather, and then Bhishma would say, I am not your grandfather, I am your great grandfather. So all these things Arjuna is remembering. This is the situation in which Krishna is, bichare. So and then Yudhishthira is standing beside him, Bhima is standing beside him. They are all understanding what is happening with Arjuna. So Yudhishthira is about to lose the battle. So Bhima is about to lose the battle. Bhima is so angry. Arey, why you are not putting your energy? Krishna thought enough is enough. If now I don't take action, Arjuna is going to die, and Yudhishthira is going to lose his kingdom, and everyone else is going to lose his kingdom. So now I have to take action now, right now. Right now I have to take action. Otherwise the Pandavas will lose their kingdom. So this is what people think. But Krishna has another thought. Bhishma, I have to give my darshan to Bhishma. Tomorrow he is going to leave the planet. I have to give my darshan to Bhishma. I have been pierced by his arrows, and he wants to see my valor. So I have to reciprocate with his devotion. I have to reciprocate with his meditation. So that is Krishna's internal thought. So how can we ordinary people understand what is Krishna's transcendental activities? We can't understand. If we hear from Acharyas, probably we may make some feeble attempt. So considering like that, Krishna had picked up that broken wheel. And then he thought, enough is enough, Bhishma. Enough is enough. Today I shall kill you. You dare so much. You are the person who is responsible for all these evils. Be a commander-in-chief, a mantri is supposed to, put the king on the right path. So you haven't done your job. So today I'm going to kill you. So saying like that, he picked up the chariot wheel, and he started charging upon him like an elephant charges on a bull. And then he started running towards Bhishma. He was running so vigorously. He was running so vigorously. And then Arjuna came to his senses. Hey, what have I done? I am supposed to fight with Bhishma. I am not supposed to remember, what he did with me in my childhood. And because of that, and because of my leniency, today, this Arjuna has to, Krishna has to break his vow. What a mistake I have done. I said, so at least I should take action now. Then Arjuna got down from his chariot and he started running. So today, Today, opposite is happening. Charioteer is supposed to drive the chariot, and and warrior is supposed to fight, standing behind. Now, charioteer has gone down and is about to go and fight with the warriors on the other side. And the warrior, he came down and is running behind him to stop him. It's exactly opposite is happening. But Krishna is a great athlete. He's the best of athletes. He's running at a full speed. Who can stop him? So, and he took his this chariot wheel like this. The chariot wheel is like a lotus flower. Krishna's face is like the filament. Krishna's body, which is blue in color, and his hands are like the stalk of the lotus. Bhishma is meditating. The fulfillment of meditation is this. He's meditating on this particular form. And now Bhishma has been fighting, na? So Krishna is coming with a chariot wheel. He's supposed to fight with him. This is what is supposed to happen. Bhishma lost his senses now. He lost his consciousness now. He gave up his weapons. He said, I have been waiting now. And he gave up his weapons. Till now he has been fighting so valorously. Now he gave up his weapons. So this particular lotus form of the Lord, which he has been meditating, he's getting that beautiful darshan. What an extraordinary darshan. And Krishna is running and because he's running and he has been, endeavoring so hard. So there are, his whole body is filled with perspiration. And because Bhishma had wounded him with his arrows, there is blood all over his face. So the perspiration mixed with blood. And because Krishna is running with full speed, and it's an open field, there is a huge, breeze, pleasant breeze blowing. So Krishna's hair is, Krishna's hair, and Krishna's hair is generally tied, but Bhishma told this day, he had been endeavoring, has been fighting with so much vigor that Krishna's, that knot has gone away. And Krishna had been endeavoring so much, the knot had gone away. So Krishna's hair is free flowing, his curly hair. And it's it is dusk time. So the sky is orange in color. So Krishna's form is mixture of bluish complexion, orange ambience, and the blood which is flowing from his pores, from his wounds, and the sweat which is flowing from his pores. And it is filled with dust because of the battlefield. So this particular form of Krishna with the wheel, with the chariot wheel, about to pounce upon Bhishma, this is the fulfillment of Bhishma's meditation, which he has got it today, this particular day. What a blessing! What a blessing! What a blessing! And while Krishna is running, Krishna's Angavastra had fallen away. He was running with so much speed and with so much vigor, and his Angavastra had fallen away. And his yellowish dhoti is glittering in the sunlight. And his garland, it's filled, it's with, its garland is swinging. But Arjuna could not get this benediction. He was behind, na? And he's in anxiety. What is Krishna going to do now? If he goes and he fights with him, for all time Krishna will be, there will be infamy for Krishna. So Arjuna is bothered about all these thoughts. So he came running and he caught Krishna's feet. But Krishna is so vigorous, so valiant, he could not even understand that Arjuna has caught my feet. He's just running. So he's just running and Arjuna had to catch it with full energy. So it is said about, 20 feet or so, Krishna was just going on dragging him. And there was a big, what do we call? There was a big, there was a big depression there, in the battlefield. because of Arjuna's energy to stop Krishna. And after going for few ads, they had gone like this. And because of Krishna, Arjuna's energy, finally Krishna stopped. And he was so angry. His eyes were filled, eyes were red in color. And of course, his red eyes are not like our red eyes, you know. Uh, First canto, it is explained that Arjuna was, when Ashwadama was attacked, Arjuna's eyes were red in color. Krishna's eyes were red, also in red in color. But Arjuna's eyes, Prabhupada says, Sukadeva Goswami says, Arjuna's eyes, they are like, red like ours, you know. But Krishna's eyes, they are red like lotuses, you know. So Krishna's eyes are transcendental. So like that. So his eyes are red in color. And, and, and Bhishma has, he has got the fulfillment of his meditation. So this is what has happened. So for an ordinary person like all of us, we think, yeah. Somebody says, okay, we know these reasons, but we can't get into that meditation. We can't get, how can we, ordinary people, understand what the depth of the Bhishma's meditation? We can't understand. So, yeah, so this is the difference between materialistic activity and transcendental activity. For a materialist, they will see, oh, this fighting has happened. Bhishma was so valiant, and finally Krishna had to break his vow. So that's what they think. But then a transcendentalist, he understands that Bhishma had received the benediction of the fulfillment of his meditation. So that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So today we are discussing about Krishna's wives, So how Krishna married with each and every one, all the wives of, all the description follows. So Krishna's marriages or Krishna's activities are not like our activities. Janma karma chave me divyam. So one who understands Krishna's activities, how they are transcendental in nature, so they will get liberated. So we have to put that extra energy to understand how Krishna's activities are transcendental, how devotees' activities are transcendental. They are not like our activities. Our activities are governed by ulterior motives. Krishna's activities are transcendental. He does everything for reciprocation with his devotees. Devotees do everything for rendering devotional service, just like Bhishma, we have been discussing how he rendered devotional service to Krishna, how he attained the fulfillment of his meditation. Hare Krishna. We have a minute remaining. If someone has some questions or comments, we shall take. Otherwise, we'll end it here. Yeah. Therefore, we need Guru Sadhu Shastra. We have been discussing. Krishna is there as Paramatma within our heart. If we have that connection, we can understand. At the same time, we also have Guru Sadhu and Shastra to reconcile it. Sometimes Krishna comes as Guru, Krishna comes as Sadhu, Krishna comes as Shastras to make us understand what he wants. Apart from this, there is no other source. Right? So if we have Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, and if we are sincere, maybe we may do some mistakes sometimes, but eventually we'll get to understand. So that's how it is. So we should try to sincerely follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. while hearing to Krishna's voice within. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki